love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat because you're gonna sing the words wrong. There's this movie that I think you'll like. This guy decides to quit his job and it's for New York City. This cowboy is running from himself, and she's been living on the higher shelf. Oh, when they come unstuck, later running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left undone. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat because you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, I just gotta know if you're gonna stay. You just gotta know. 'Cause I can't have it any other way. Well, I swear she's destined for the screen, the closest thing to Michelle Pfeiffer that you've ever seen. Oh, and they come unstuck, later running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left undone. I love you when you're singing that song, and I get a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Weep for yourself, my man, you'll never be what is in your heart. Weep, little lion man, you're not as brave as you.
Hey everyone, it's Kristi, and before Kevin can get in, welcome to the happy hour, because I just turned on his mic. So, hope you guys are doing well. Hello to my co-host, Kevin, my partner in crime.
Hello.
Delayed reaction there, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We talked about this off air, but let's go through the farce of seeing how each other are doing. How are you doing today, Kev? Are you having a good weekend?
No.
No?
No, I'm fucking not. No.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Sorry to hear you.
And also, you've already sort of ruined it by saying we've already talked about this, but I'm just going to pretend like I don't even fucking care how your weekend went.
Okay.
I'm not even going to ask you.
You're so rude.
Game over.
Yes.
I am so rude.
Yes.
But this is the 30th anniversary of the Berlin Wall coming down.
It is. And are you old enough to remember the Berlin Wall?
No,
okay.
No, I'm fucking not. I was alive, technically. I was like 18 months old or something. So I was awound. I was awound at the time.
Like
I was mainly interested in like titty milk and sleeping, which is not dissimilar to how I am now, but just a different woman. Yes. Anyway, so the Berlin Wall coming down. It's actually amazing to see those images again, isn't it? Of the people literally just tearing it down. It's fantastic. But obviously, like a huge day in human history. But one part of it that doesn't ever get remarked upon was that you see those people with like pickaxes, like tearing it down, and all the rest of it. Mm-hmm. They were not following appropriate health and safety guidelines at all.
No, especially
outrageous.
Wielding them when they were drinking.
They'd made a de facto construction site and not a single hard hat or safety goggles anywhere in sight. I mean, what kind of example are they trying to prove to the world here? Yeah. Outrageous.
And that was also when Hasselhoff decided to jump on the wall.
Yes. Well, Well, we should say the hero of the hour, the man that literally brought communism down.
Yes.
David Hasselhoff.
Single-handedly with his lit-up jacket.
Yeah. I've been looking for freedom. Yeah, well, he literally brought it down with that one song.
Yeah, everyone went, no, go away.
And Knight Rider, which was one of the most subtle and brilliant critiques of communism that there's ever been. It's a Cold War masterpiece.
Yeah, right up there with sort of Hunt for Red October when it comes to critiques of international
George
relations.
George Orwell wishes he'd thought of a talking car that was a little bit snarky. So.
Yes. How the hell did we get on this
God.
topic? Oh yeah, it was the Berlin Wall falling down. That's right. So
Berlin
I
Wall.
do remember.
Well, no, hang on, not falling
No,
down.
but coming
It wasn't
down.
a construction issue.
Well-
In fact, actually, the struggle that people had to bring it down showed that the construction techniques were solid. That worked. That fucking wall.
There's a piece of what
falling down suggests an accident, whereas that was literally torn down, often with bare hands.
Yes,
So
it came down. Yes, there's in the Cologne airport. There's a section of what I assume to be the wall from the Berlin Wall, but on it, you know how the people had graffitied it on, I assume, the western side, not the eastern side. But someone
probably not so much.
They'd used a combination of these three words, kein, Mauer, Dauer, which means no and wall and kind of like survives or lasts. And they had this combination of like walls like last no time and no time will walls last and walls will never last. And it was just sort of an interesting way of using the German language. And so they have that in the Cologne airport as a reminder, an art installation as well as a piece of history for West Germany. So,
True, but I mean, Cologne was it the British quarter of Germany, administered quarter?
Cologne was occupied by the Americans. Yes, in fact.
Oh, was it in America? Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was in the.
It could have been the British too.
Quadrant.
Apparently,
It
was
was
the
an American
Allies. It could have been the Allies. I mean, it was just I think the Americans got here first because just today, actually, on YouTube, I discovered a series of videos
there were four. It was separated into four separate quadrants, wasn't it? The Soviets had what became East Germany, and then there was.
Sorry, you were talking
there was
about
a French
Berlin.
occupied zone.
I was still in Cologne. Cologne.
Well, no, Berlin initially was as well, and the three quadrants that were French, American, and British became West Germany, and East Germany was the Soviet sector. They were called sectors, but Germany had that same thing as well. Yes. Where there was a British bit, a French bit, an American bit, and a Soviet bit.
Yes, so I'm in Western Germany. Yes.
Yes, but which of the three bits? Oh, for fuck's sake!
I don't know. That's not. It's too modern.
Okay.
I like sort of medieval history, so I don't know much about it.
It's too modern. Fucking
anything after 1800
years ago, what are you talking about?
Anything after the 1800s, I just don't it's a little too recent for me. Hasn't had time to breathe yet in history.
Oh yeah, well, back when Germany was really racist. Unlike after that point.
Well, racism, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the 1800s, yeah. All right. So anyway, I do remember where I was. Well, I remember the day the Berlin Wall came down. I don't actually remember the day. What I have is a distinct memory of discussing it in my high school, political science class. So I must have been a senior in high school. Or a junior in high school, and I was talking to the teacher, Mr. Cooper, who taught political science. There's only one course.
Well, okay. Benjamin's telling me that it's Northwest was British.
Okay.
So that would be Cologne was in the British sector. Okay, so it was in the correct part. Good.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah, the southeast part. That's a lot of American bases in the western part of the southwest part, but southeastern.
Yeah. And there's a very specific reason. We've been through it. Jesus. Ugh. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, enough about history. Let's talk about fascism today. Or authoritarianism in the case of Trump.
I don't know. That cat doesn't look that bad, to be honest.
Isn't it?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but I've not read its political ideology, so it could be a terribly evil cat.
We might have to cancel the cat. Yeah, it could be. It could be a cat we have to cancel because it's such a bad kitty.
It would be a shame if it's as bad as Mussolini. If we have to execute it the same way, that would be terribly sad.
No, he's so cute. Although I don't know if
he was
his
already
eyes
dead. Technically, he was already dead before they hung him up there. But okay, yeah.
Would you show the kitty the same mercy? I can't even think about hanging that little kitty. He's so sweet.
He's a fascist, though, Kristi. It has to be done. You don't put whiskers on Hitler and all of a sudden it's fine, okay? Anyway, a fantastic bit of trolling in the week to do with sport, but also to do with Mussolini being dead, which is a bizarre combination of things, but is actually true. Glasgow Celtic, were playing against Lazio in Rome, in a European competition, in soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. And they scored a last-minute winner, and the guy called Encham who scored it, there's been this weird thing with the fact that Celtic are quite a left-wing club by and large. Its fan base are quite progressive, and Lazio is essentially a fascist football club, for want of a better phrase. And the Celtic fans, there was an official complaint made by Mussolini's granddaughter, because in the reverse fixture, because it's in a group stage where they play one game at home and away against each of the other teams, so they play 6 games anyway. The Celtic fans had one just called something like "Follow Your Leader," and it was a picture of Mussolini hanging upside down, literally he and his mistress's corpses in Milan. Yeah, spicy stuff, but obviously meant to wind up A, fascists, and B, the opposition, who are sort of fascists. And so there's an official complaint made, and there was lots of shit. Nothing will come of it because it was perfectly illegal. But because, unlike in fascist countries, we have the freedom of speech to be able to do that if we want to. And long may that continue. But anyway, he scored the goal and then celebrated by walking on his hands, literally doing like a handstand walking bit, imitating the corpse of Mussolini in celebration. Yeah. And Lazio are not happy. And I'm so here for it. It's untrue. Yeah, he literally did a walking handstand to imitate the corpse of the long-dead fascist leader of Italy. That is an original take, is all I'll say. You don't see many sellies like that.
No, that is the first I've heard of that. So
yeah. But that happened in the week. So. Yeah.
Too Fitting in the chat asks if the cat's eyes are real. I personally think they're CGI'd. I think if you look at the video kind of closely, it looks like someone took blue eyes and maybe
I think they're filled with the hatred and bigotry of anti-Semitism. It needs to be stopped.
No, not sweet little kitty. All right, so last night we had a show and we just went down the rabbit hole of MAGA videos. And it was so...
Yeah, the MAGA challenge. Literally, white people, stop.
Yes.
Fucking stop.
Please stop.
Yeah. So we have got more of that today, by the way.
Some of it we're going to go back to, because one of the lady in the leather overalls, actually, we have to finish her song. But so we just had so much fun doing that, and we just couldn't face dealing with Andy Ngo and other people. But we'd promised we'd do it. So.
Well, we've got some palate cleansers in between the horrificness. So, correct. Like usual on this show, some of it will make you cry laughing, and some will make you think humanity needs to be ended. So,
swings and roundabouts.
Take it and leave it.
It's an emotional
swings and roundabouts.
Our show.
It is.
All right,
but an emotional roller coaster where you don't quite feel safe, like you might actually die. So it's that kind of emotional roller coaster.
Nobody's died yet so far from our show that we know.
Don't ruin the Stephen Crowder bit yet. It's trust me, if you haven't seen this video, it is the most amazing thing you will ever see.
Okay.
Think of the craziest, dumbest, absurd, conservative bullshit you've ever seen. This beats it.
Yeah, we're going to help people experience this right now. So you said, with just all caps and periods at the end of everything, bookmark this shit.
Yes, because trust me, this will be... I don't know where we go from this point after we watch this. And trust me, you need to listen to the sound as well. The sound is essential to this. It's the dumb shit. Now, just to explain the thing, because some people might not get it, the Powderpuff Girls were a cartoon back in the day. Back when I was a wee nipper, and it was about 3 super, like Charlie's Angels, but children and cartoons is the basic gist of the thing. And Stephen Crowder's decided to make the Squad, the progressive females, the WOMs in the Congress. Obviously, most notably, people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and fuck's sake, Rashida Tlaib. Yeah. I forget how to pronounce the woman's name. Anyway, so that's the basic setup for this, and it is the dumbest conservative. Powerpuff, not Powderpuff. Apologies, I didn't watch the fucking show. My brother did, so I do. Anyway, so yeah, it's so unbelievably dumb. Literally, this and the rapping later, they're palate cleansers, right? Yeah. I'm just going to title them under the title of "White People, Seriously, What the Fuck."
Just like a list of videos, like a special list. You could have your own
just
bookmarks.
come on, white people, you can be better than this. I'm not saying you all are, but you can be. I believe in some of you. So let's have a look.
Okay, so I've turned the volume up. I'll do a sound check as we go, but yeah, we'll have to adjust on the fly. So careful for people wearing headphones out there.
Socialism, Sharia, and everything bad. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect leftist.
Oh, no, I haven't. Sorry, because you don't like that. So let me go back and share with sound.
No, I don't mind it. I just don't like listening to myself for long periods in reverberation. That's
fair.
Annoying.
Yeah. Okay, this should be better now. So we'll start it
because it's off-putting, and my voice is dreadful. So
No, it is not.
I agree with you, Kev. I agree with what Kev I just heard myself say.
Yeah, you're getting the echo now. Echo, echo, echo. All right, so let's see how the sound is for you now.
Okay.
Socialism, Sharia, and everything bad.
And everything bad. It's just, it hasn't even got started.
Are they trying to
amazing.
be a spoof of themselves? Is that kind of how we should understand this?
No, I think he genuinely thinks this is a real thing.
God. The fact that they need cartoons. All right. Anyway. Hitting play. This is, yeah, you're right. This is fabulous so far.
These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect leftist. But Professor Chink accidentally added an extra...
What? I'm sorry, what?
Professor Chink.
Get seriously?
Professor Chink.
How is this not already being flagged as racist?
Is that racist?
To say chink?
No, Cenk, as in Cenk Uygur.
Oh, jank. I thought it was a slur against Chinese people.
No. I mean, it is racist in the sense that they're flagging up like Sharia, because the Muslims and all that. But it's not. No, I don't. I will. The one thing I will say is I don't think they were saying chink. I think they were saying Cenk.
Cenk.
Yeah.
I guess they could have said Professor Uygur would have been better.
It would have been, yes.
But he's not, as far as I know, and he also didn't organize this. But obviously, a man has to do it because women don't have agency in their world.
And all bad things.
And all bad things.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Cenk Uygur, a little dig at him too. God, all right, so this is really
But
deep
all
lore.
I'll say is there's still a minute of this left. There's a minute of this left.
We're barely getting
We've got through
this.
13 seconds and had to pause twice.
This is so made for a YouTube audience and not a mainstream audience, because who else would know
Oh God, yeah.
who Cenk Uygur is,
Well, there were probably some people who were watching that thinking, this is a bit mad. Did he just say chink? What?
Yeah, that's what I thought he
the
said.
Fuck?
I would have flagged this shit for racism.
Dr. Chink, that's a bit more. I mean, okay, I know you don't like other politicians or whatever, but that's just openly racist. What are you doing?
Yeah. I think there's some communism with China link there too, but yeah, it's just me mishearing. All right, I'll hit play.
Ingredient to the concoction: progressiveness.
No, not progress. The last thing we want is progress. Let's go back.
Progressiveness.
Oh my gosh. Someone has way too much time on their hands. All right.
Thus, the squad was born! Using their ultra superpowers, AOC, Ilhan, and Rashida have dedicated their lives to fighting America.
To fighting for America, I think he meant.
No, but look, he's put the communist symbol behind them, which means they must be communists.
Because there's so many communist...
They wouldn't allow it on the internet if it wasn't real, Krista.
By the way, Chris wants us to mention that they left out Anya Presley. So, but there's only 3 Powerpuff Girls, so...
Yeah, but they left out the black one, so...
right. Well, racists. Yeah, it's just like China at this point is a capitalist authoritarian state. Russia is a plutocracy, or an oligarchy, I guess you could say. The communism is really not operating anywhere anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
No.
Vietnam is basically a state capitalist country.
Yeah.
Cuba has now got like a private housing market as well as opening up to tourists. So there's nowhere that's communist.
I mean, I guess if it's 1950, this might be, if you were born during the Red Scare, you might relate. But then the Powerpuff Girls just cancel a lot of generational knowledge out. I don't understand.
Maybe they're looking for someone who can remember the 1950s, but really likes children's cartoons, who's probably almost certainly some sort of pedophile.
Yeah, some sort of funder they have. This is made for one of their racist old dude funders of their show, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. So now they're fighting for America. Oh, wait, no, they're fighting America. Not really. Okay, hitting play.
And the forces of freedom!
They look pretty cool to me, actually. Look at all those white people.
Yeah.
Why is everybody over here white?
Look out for the old series Batman-esque kapow moment and the word that pops up when she punches the baby.
Okay, all right, so we've got that white guy, we've got an eagle with a white baby, and a guy with 2 white kids, and a founding father who owned slaves. Okay, so they're going up against the white supremacist power structure as articulated in the Constitution by the founders. Is that kind of the theme here?
And I like the idea that Trump is the same as the Constitution in these people's eyes, even though he's literally broken it several times.
Yes, he's acting like a king. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting. Yeah. The sound's gone.
Your sound's gone? I don't know that.
I can't hear it anymore.
Okay, I'll refresh. Because I think the problem is more on the Skype end than anything else.
Oh, goddamn you, Skype. Goddamn you, all to hell.
Alright, try again. Can you hear it now?
Yes.
Abortion?
Abortion!
Oh no! These idiots! Oh, these guys put...
Death punch. Rashida Tlaib, whichever one that is, I don't even know. It doesn't really matter. They're all slightly brown. That's anyway. Not only death punch abortion to that baby, but knocked out its tooth as well. Unnecessary.
I don't think babies have teeth at that point. But again, shows a lack of biology. I don't actually.
So true. Yeah.
Like that's a pretty well formed.
Look, that's a prop. Yeah, that's a rooty fucking tooth. That is a 40-year-old man's tooth. In that fucking 6-week-old baby.
Yeah, maybe that's who they have playing the baby is a 60-year-old man inside their drawing.
Yeah, it's one of. Well, to be fair though, he is one of the foremost character actors of his generation. He can take on the. He can embody the 6-year-old child.
Any role at all. So and they have to put abortion. They didn't label any of the other ones, right? They just had him punching, but no sort of like.
Yeah.
But for that one in particular, they had to come out with the
abortion, eagle abortion, baby abortion.
Yeah. And also it's very difficult to obtain an abortion in the 3rd trimester, but let alone after the child has been born. But, you know, they kind of forget that in their attempts to control women's bodies.
Yeah.
All right. That is... Oh, there's more! Oh, I thought that was the end. That was just the beginning.
Oh, no, well, this is just basically an advert for his thing at the end, but yeah.
Okay. Those people are living in a fantasy world. Like, they literally have to fight, they have to create little cartoon demons to yell at because they can't deal with the women in front of them.
But the word abortion popped up when it punched a baby, so...
Yes.
Victory.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw that, I just thought, I can't believe this is real.
Well,
seriously, white people, what on earth are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just shows the mental level they're operating on. I don't know how else to deal with. Like they're dealing with cartoons. It's like Jack Chick tracks, but for white supremacists.
Yeah, it's well. To be fair, they were for white supremacists as well. To be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a Zoomer version of Chick tracts. Basically, that's what this is.
Yeah. With all the same scary things, you know, communism and secularism.
Exactly, but I like the fact that I don't know if he did it in order of preference or what he thought was more important, but Lady Liberty, an inanimate object,
Yeah.
got punched first, then an eagle,
Yeah,
and
why not?
then a baby.
Why not Donald Trump? I want to see them punch Trump.
Because Trump's so awesome, he can't ever, even in cartoon form, he can't ever allow him to be punched.
Oh,
That
what
would
we
be
need
bad.
to do is like take stills of it and just put Trump's face on Lady Liberty and Trump's face on the eagle and then Trump's face on the baby with abortion underneath.
Well, as I've said before, if only that had happened, if only Mrs. Trump had fucking acid bath and lots of gin and twisted coat hangered Donald Trump
Dang.
before he got going.
We wouldn't have the asshole in the White House we have today. Yeah, I'm for choice in that. Retroactive? No. All right, so that's Steven Crowder nonsense.
I don't know if it's legal in the 600,000th trimester. I don't think that's allowed anymore. Or whatever trimester he's now in. A lot. Yeah. He's old, is the point.
Yes. Many, many, many. Okay, so that's just nonsense. Let's get on with some more. Oh, yeah, this was actually we have some pictures from the Blacks for Trump rally, but from the looks of it, there was only a few hundred people who attended inside. I had a hard time finding any pictures of the actual rally. Well, inside.
Did you also notice, I suppose I should look this up because I saw it on Facebook, that the Trump organization had been found to have been doctoring photos of black people?
No.
Like stock photo images
really?
of black people with like Blacks for Trump hats and stuff on. Let's have a look. I'll look it up. Blacks for Trump. Oh, hang on. Even the phrase "blacks for Trump" seems sort of racist, but I don't know if it is. I don't know if that culturally like goes across. Blacks for Trump, doctored. You might want to talk, Kristi, because I'm
okay,
just.
Well, so
while
Kevin is looking that up, I will just explain what you're looking at. So there was a massive, according to this person, and beautiful counter protest, according to Carrie, outside of the event, and yeah, there just looked like to be more people outside protesting than were described to be inside, because you can see this crowd goes all the way back into there, and then when they pan left here, you can see that there's quite a number of people going down the street still, and there are signs. So I just thought it was good to acknowledge those who came out to tuck frump, as this guy says.
Yeah.
All right, was that enough filler?
Hang on. Photoed. Hang on.
Oh, right. While you're doing that, I will show this masterpiece of like two black people, and I don't know, I don't want to judge her, but there are definitely like people who are not black in this picture. Like most of the people in this picture, not black. And the t-shirts actually say, "Hell yeah, I'm black and I like Trump." And you got this guy. This guy right here. You got Becky. You got this Mitch McConnell lookalike with the thumbs. He doesn't even know how to do the OK symbol. He's doing thumbs up. But yeah, I mean, white people who put on t-shirts that say, "Hell yeah, I'm black," you need to just go away. Just go home. Shut your door. Don't come out again. You're an embarrassment.
Oh, I can't find it now. Basically, yeah, they were taking stock image photos. Hang on, I'll have to go on to Facebook and look, even though it'll probably slow me down to the point I'll clip, but whatever.
But that was just unbelievable. You're still typing away, huh?
I am still typing away. Yes. But also, if you go onto the image you showed yesterday of maybe their surnames are black.
The Jonathan K.
If you actually look in the background to that, there are some black people giving them the massive stank eye, which is funny.
Oh, I think I've got another copy of that somewhere farther down, so I'll just scroll till I see the old white couple. I'm pretty sure I left them in. Maybe I didn't. There's some MAGA stuff going on here. Ooh, Ben Shapiro. Yeah, this is the one you're talking about, right?
Yeah, if you look at the black people in the background, they don't look enormous. Even the whole thing.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they're like, are you for real? The fuck?
This is just so... Oh, yes, and Jonathan Capehart has just really great wit. He writes, maybe their last name is Blacks?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So have you found this alleged?
No, I can't. Posts. No, shut up, Kristi. Shut up. I forgot we were going to talk about this. Otherwise, I'd have gotten it up earlier. That's what she said.
There you go. Can we move on to John Bolton then?
Yeah, move on to John Bolton because.
Well, he's doing this weird dance with the impeachment inquiry. So on the one hand, he's saying subpoena me, and then I'm going to sue you and take it to court, so that the court has to decide, and I won't testify until there's a decision. And then the Dems are like, well, screw that, we don't have time, and actually, John, we don't need your testimony. I mean, it would be nice, but we can make the case without you, so no thanks. And they didn't like pursue it. So the day he gets rejected, his lawyer writes a letter, and they're adding in the letter that no, he really wants to testify, but he has to be compelled, so can you please sue him? And just as a little bit of a hint, yes, he can give you information on the meetings that are already in the public, sphere, or in public testimony. But there are also meetings that you have not heard about that he can help you with. So he clearly wants to go to the dance, but he wants to sort of have to be dragged out of the castle, pretend, kicking and screaming as if
he wants to be wooed.
Yeah, in that way.
Look, exactly. He's not giving this shit away for free. You've got to buy him dinner. He wants to be wined and dined.
So we'll see. I mean, this kind of, at this point, Congress has to decide whether.
Also, he's a fucking conservative, ultra fucking conservative operative.
Yes.
Let's not pretend he's doing anything he's going to do anything that would even hurt Trump, even if he thinks Trump's garbage.
Well, this is it. I think
he
was the one who sent Fiona Hill to make a complaint to the NSC lawyers after the July 10th meeting. He was the one who described Giuliani as a hand grenade, and he also called it a drug deal, which apparently is parlance for side deals that people do. But he of course also didn't leave on great terms with Trump. So if John Bolton does testify in public to what he saw, which is how Kevin says it on this show, then it would be very difficult for Lindsey Graham to call him a deep state agent.
Yeah.
And
by the way, I've screen shared now. That's the celebration with Mussolini, and it's become a fan thing as well now.
All right. I have to put you on the screen.
Yeah, that would help. Thank you.
This is... Oh, right. That's what he did. Oh, I see. Yikes.
Yeah. And now the fans are doing it. But the thing is, they're all really drunk, right? You're going to have a lot of head injuries, is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, a lot of thunking on the concrete.
Yeah. So.
Wow. So that's a real FU to the Italy racists.
Yeah. That's quite a nice one as well. From one of these fake, legitimately kind of The Onion type things. Jacob Rees-Mogg questioned over Whitechapel murders. He's from the Victorian era, in case you didn't.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know. Yeah. I can't see it anyway, but there's Rory Katz under the banner. Breaking news, cat.
Yes.
Because he was in front of the news. Anyway, but I can't find the Blacks for Trump thing. But basically, they were taking stock images and putting Trump hats on black people that obviously weren't actually wearing them. But anyway.
Because they're pieces of crap. Yeah.
Are you saying all black people are pieces of crap? That's out of order, Krista.
Yeah, racist.
How dare you?
All right, so I think I have to screen share now because
all black people are racists. What?
Stop it. All right, so let's talk about the election, how things are going on your side of the pond. Because there was one here that showed, this one I saw first, Britain elects. This is the poll tracker. I think this is an aggregate. Labour appears to be the beneficiary of this week, up 1.4 points. And then right away afterwards,
well, not just that, but
I saw this. Major poll finds support for later collapsing. So,
well, how does Brexit Party threatens Tory majority hopes?
You want to see what they say?
Well, okay.
I did have a little
go
bit of a look at it before, just because I was curious too.
Because that goes against what I've seen in most of the polls, where it's been tightening. Where it went from the Tories started off with between a 15 and 17 point lead, down to a 9 and 10 point lead, which is what that other poll suggested. Well,
this is from a YouGov poll of over 11,500 voters, which means if they have a pretty decent, you call it, a smear of respondents from across the country. Like it's pretty evenly distributed. They could do constituency based analysis with those numbers.
I'll be honest, I don't like YouGov.
Okay. Well, they've got
No.
data.
No, I'm not saying their data is necessarily incorrect, but whenever I've seen outliers, like obvious outliers, they're often YouGov. So I don't know that they actually are taking proper.
No,
I don't want to besmirch them, but they seem to get it wrong more than other companies get it wrong.
Okay. Well, I think that their house effects aren't that big. You might just be a little like remembering it in that case. But if you look at them,
Well, possibly so.
And this is a couple of years ago too, but I think they were closest on the referendum. But it doesn't really matter now. Let's see. Has given the Conservatives a lead in every English region, apart from London and the Northeast, despite support for both main parties dropping across the country. So according to their data, and we'll find out when it was collected.
Yeah, that's the actual big takeaway from all of this, and I think is that both major parties have suffered because of all of this, and that you'll probably end up with the most non-Tory / non-Labour MPs, certainly this side of the Second World War, in the new Parliament. Because I think Scotland will be almost swept by the SNP, and because of the pact between the Liberal Democrats, the Greens, and Plaid Cymru, they'll probably steal several seats as well. So you're probably going to end up with it being not impossible, but almost impossible for either party to actually form a majority on their own. Because they'd need to basically run the table on all the other remaining available marginals, which seems unlikely.
And can I also, there's something I want to put out there too, because someone HK is like, UCOV was started by the Tories. Polling companies they need to be accurate. That's what they care about. So you hear about Democratic polling firms, that means they're hired by Democrats, and Republican polling firms, that means they're hired by Republicans.
No, to be fair, it doesn't. I'm not judging them on the basis of who founded them.
Right. But I'm just saying
I don't particularly care who founded a thing. It's what they do from that point, really, isn't it?
So, but my point is, wait, let me finish my point, Kevin.
No, I'm not letting one.
You've interrupted me twice already on this point. Polling companies don't do well. They don't get a good reputation if their data is wrong and off. And so it makes no long-term sense for you as a polling company to goose the numbers for your client to show them that they're doing better, and then they lose the election, because then people think you can't do your job. So when it comes down to that, like when I criticize a polling company like Rasmussen, it's methodological. They tend to have a bias in who they poll, which is why they have a bias in their results. But generally, I don't tend to pay attention to what people say about Democratic or Republican ones, because again, those are companies that have to exist outside of elections, and they need accurate polling. So all polling firms really want to be accurate and compete to be accurate. I just wanted to put that out there as a general thing, not to you, but because I see it a lot. Like, oh, that's a Republican polling firm. Like, well, look at their methods, don't look at their customer, is what my point is.
Well, yeah, exactly. Not just that, but you could make that rather fallacious argument, couldn't you, against basically every company, because every company will have been employed by like left-wing papers and right-wing papers to do polling for them. So depending on which slant you want to put it, you can say, oh, they're a right-wing shill, or they're a Fox News shill, or they're a CNN shill, or whatever, because they've been employed by those companies or by those stations / newspapers, websites, whatever, to do polling on their behalf, because they want fresh polling data that's an exclusive to them can publish during the course of an election or something.
But people like when you see a Fox News poll and you're like, oh, must be good for the president. Like, no, that's not where they get their reputation. What you'll often find is you won't hear the ones that come back from Fox News that they've employed like a company to do a thing, and it's come out badly for the president. They'll bury it. Well, no, Fox News puts out their polls that show support for impeachment is going up, and that's why Trump is complaining. He says Fox News has lousy polls. He complains about the Fox News polls, actually.
Well, yeah, but it'll get shown like once during a day. Whereas if the exact opposite was shown, like when I say bury it, I don't mean they'll literally never show it. I'm just saying if there's a poll that really helps Trump, they'll show it on every show, every 10 fucking seconds, or on the rolling ticker below the screen, or whatever. Whereas if it's a bad one, they'll go, maybe Fox and Friends in the morning will mention it, and then maybe one of the other one of the people late at night or something. But the prime time shows won't show it.
No, Sean Hannity
not a chance.
Would probably only criticize. I think they were actually criticizing their own polling when it recently came out.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Of course it is.
Although, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but it's ridiculous. But anyway, we'll wait and see as to where this goes. But like I say, so far in the campaign, and I'm not in the habit of trying. Like, I obviously want Labour to do well because I want the Tories to do badly, and that's essentially the dynamic. We don't officially live in a two-party state, but then again, America isn't officially a two-party state either. But what I've said, so I'm not in the. I don't want to like fluff up Labour's chances. If they were doing really particularly badly, I'd say so. But it seems that the numbers, as has been shown there, have tightened up. Like I say, it started with 16% ish lead for the Tories, and it's down to like 10, and in some cases single digits.
Yep.
That's the general trend I've seen. Now, to be fair, the Tory party have run a dreadful campaign, and Labour haven't run a fantastic one. So it shouldn't be surprising that neither party is doing that well. The difference is, and what will ultimately decide how this goes, is that the Lib Dems and the Brexit Party, who are essentially the stalking horses from either side, the Lib Dems sort of trying to pretend to be leftist, even though most of their MPs are Tories, or most of their now ex-MPs because it's been dissolved, and the Brexit Party from the right of the Tory Party are depends how many seats they actually manage to translate that percentage into, and how many seats they split the vote and give to the opposition because of their presence in those seats, if that makes sense. And
it's early days. The election's not.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Ages.
There's still over a month left. Yeah, so we've already seen the clusterfuck of nonsense in the first week.
Yeah, you highlighted it very well in your live stream.
Well, thank you. Yes, I mean, and I didn't even. There's more since then. I suppose we could, if you wanted to, I can share my screen and go on to this horrific story. And this is seriously trigger warning for talk of rape and sexual assault.
Okay.
Very unpleasant. Victim blaming involved. Anyway, so I'll. With that said, anyone still listening?
Content warning.
Indeed. Let me share my screen. It worked first time.
Yeah,
it's going to do it. There we go. Right. So, can we all see this?
Well, we can see my face right now on my screen, but I'm sure it'll catch up. It just has to come down the internet from Britain all the way to Germany and then out to the peoples. Okay, we're good to go.
Well, if only you had like a wall running through the middle of Berlin that you could put like masts on top of. That would, but no, you had to tear it down without health and safety, you bastards.
Or hard hats.
I did. I took a fantastic thing in human history and made it into something dreadful. I'm a bad person. Anyway.
You heard it here first.
Yes.
He looks like
so
Richard
here we
Spencer.
Go, right?
He looks like Richard Spencer.
He well, sort of. Well, are you saying all white people look alike? Because that's basically true. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's both racist and correct. So well done. Anyway, and I have to say, the Dickster was right about you. You are anti-white racist.
Yeah.
The Dick.
Dicky Brain.
The Dick.
Dicky Brain.
Dicky!
Flaming out
anyway.
in a national embarrassment.
Yeah. His idiocy is so massive and it's difficult to comprehend. I have to crane my neck to see it end to end.
There you go.
Anyway.
Yeah, a little Dicky line.
A little bit of Little Dicky on Big Dicky, because he's a massive cock.
Yes,
Anyways, right. So I did briefly mention this in the aforementioned stream I did about the Tories. I think it's called the Terror Inferno of Idiocy or something. Anyway, this was a guy. He was at the time I did that thing. I didn't make a big deal of it because he was still standing. So I thought, well, there's probably more to come on this because I dare say his opponents will mention it during the course of the campaign and all the rest of it.
Yep.
This guy was going to be standing in he's called Nick Conrad. He was formerly a BBC News, a local radio presenter / call-in chap. And he was going to be standing for the seat of Broadlands, which is in Norfolk, but has now stepped down over, as you can see there, Tory candidate steps down over rape comments after Boris Johnson criticism. So again, but to Carl quickly, Boris Johnson, for all of his idiocy when it comes to political matters, knows that rape comments are to be denounced publicly if you want to win votes.
Unlike Jared Batten.
Even he, and he's run a dreadful campaign. Yeah, even he knows that's not on. Mm-hmm. That's not going to sell well. Jesus. Anyway, so In a 2014 radio exchange about rape allegations, he was talking specifically about the Ched Evans case, which is to do with a soccer player who was convicted and then later sort of acquitted, but it's difficult to know whether he was ever actually guilty or innocent or what. It's a horrible case. Anyway, but he didn't deal with the situation very well, right? Exchange about rape allegations. Conrad suggested women were, quote, partially responsible, unquote, for sexual assault. I think women need to be made... Yeah, that's not even the fucking half of it. I think women need to be more aware of a man's sexual desire, he said on BBC Radio Norfolk.
What?
When you... Just hold on. It gets worse. When you're in that... He told the BBC... Yeah, he said on BBC... When you're in that position that you are about to engage in sexual activity, there's a huge amount of energy in a male body.
What?
In the male body. There's a huge amount of will and intent, and it's very difficult for many men to say no when they are whipped up into a bit of a storm.
He's saying all men are rapists. That's
essentially,
what he's saying.
yes.
He's saying all men are rapists on the verge of raping if you say no right before they penetrate you. He is he's a misandrist and a misogynist. Classic combo on the far right.
And the fact that Boris Johnson didn't fire him sells you a lot.
Yeah.
This man had to step down. Anyway, we're not even fucking done yet. He continued. It's the old adage about if you yank a dog's tail, then don't be surprised when he bites you.
What?
You can't keep snakes in the garden and think they'll only bite your neighbours.
God. Men are snakes and rabid dogs that bite and attack. Is he...
Yeah. It is. It's obviously more dangerous to women, what he's saying.
Yes.
But it's as hateful toward men in many respects, because he's literally saying men can't control themselves.
Yes.
They're basically like dogs.
Yes.
Which, no, I can control myself. Being like blue-balled or whatever isn't necessarily pleasant on a personal level, but it doesn't mean that you have to rape someone. It really doesn't.
No, your brain doesn't turn off. You don't become a sort of like...
He's literally saying men can't
monster.
control themselves. Yeah. And if that's true, they need to be locked away because they're dangerous.
And the thing
is... So in many respects, he's sort of making an argument for the piece written by, what's her face? It's the horrible transphobe lesbian pseudo-feminist. The one who did it with Milo. Someone in the chat will know. Anyway, she did a thing where basically she was saying men are really dangerous women, so they need to be locked up in camps. Oh, but that was like a joke thing.
Oh, yeah, yes, it was. Wasn't it Jess Phillips?
No. But
Jess Phillips did have that. Didn't she joke about that at some point? And then said, "My son, whatever." Like, okay, I thought I remembered. Okay, I remember someone joking about the
I think you've got someone mixed up.
Okay. That's possible.
No, well, anyway, she wrote this newspaper article. I've forgotten her fucking name now. Anyway, she's horrible. But anyway, she was banned from like several campuses for it and things as well. But anyway, it was sort of a joke. But he's making an argument seriously for it here by saying men can't control themselves. So what then? So what the natural thing is, if they literally can't control themselves, in the same way that if someone's a psychopath, even though they may not have actually done necessarily anything wrong yet, if we know they're dangerous, we lock them away for their safety as much as anyone else's. And the same would be true of all men, if what he's saying is correct.
Yeah, obviously they're going to spin it as this is something that offends women, right? Because it does. It offends women.
Well, yeah, naturally, yes.
Yeah. But I wish they would also put in the hate toward basically turning men into beasts that he also does, and that men would get upset about this kind of, that would be part of the narrative.
Men should get upset about this, yeah.
Exactly.
Just not even just from the point of view of the selfishness of like obviously always having to go at men. You should obviously be offended on behalf of women as well. But even if you don't care about women in the slightest, you only care about men. MRAs, I'm looking at you, you cunts. You should still be offended by that. Mm-hmm. You really should. This is totally unacceptable. And like I say, the fact that this guy wasn't sacked, he had to resign.
He had to step down. Yeah.
He may have been nudged by the local party because they clearly would have seen the local news headlines and thought, we can't run this motherfucker. Look, we've literally got rape man on the front cover of the fucking newspaper. Carl, again, you're an idiot. Anyway, yes. So, but again, we're not even done. We're not even done.
He thought this was a good idea to keep talking, huh?
Yeah. Boris Johnson said these comments are completely unacceptable. He's apologised a long time ago, but I can't stress enough that these comments are completely unacceptable. I don't care that he apologised. He didn't really do anything about it. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, I'm glad it's better that he did apologise, but whatever. Anyway, so during the conversation, Conrad said, quote, "If a woman says no and a man persists, then that was, quote, absolutely abhorrent."
That's it.
But added, yeah, he said, I think it's going to... No. He added, if you tease, if you jump in bed naked with a man, if you give him all the signals and then he acts upon them, then you are partially responsible.
No. Just no.
But let me get... Just one more stanza of this nonsense and then you can let rip. What I'm trying... He says, again, direct quote here. What I'm trying to say is that women also have to understand that when a man's given certain signals, he'll wish to act upon them. And if you don't wish to give out the wrong signals, it's probably best to keep your knickers on and not get into bed with him.
Yeah, women have to control the beast that is men so that we don't get attacked. It's our fault for not controlling the beast he says men are.
Yeah. But having mentioned Jess Phillips, they do quote her here, reacting to Conrad's selection as a Tory candidate for Broadland, Labour's Jess Phillips said, quote, "It's best to keep your knickers on to avoid rape, according to this dude. I find it's best avoided by never coming into contact with misogynistic men who have no understanding of consent." Unquote.
Yes, thank you. I think the name you were looking for was Julie Bindel.
Julie Bindel, that's precisely who I was thinking of, yes. She wrote that satirical, and it was satirical. Obviously, she doesn't literally want men put in fucking camps, although, of course, the MRAs took it literally because it suited their agenda. But whatever, she's vile, transphobic piece of shit. And what a friend with Milo, that tells you everything you need to know. Yeah. Anyway, but that guy is literally essentially making the serious argument, it seems to me. If men are uncontrollable, psychopathic / sociopathic, habitual rapists, then they need to be locked away. Clearly. If you had one individual that was like that, you'd lock them away. So if they're all like that, then they need to be locked away. Clearly.
But of course, it's not men's job.
Anyway,
it's
I thought I'd
women's
just share
job
that with
his view. Oh God, he's disgusting. So he got booted.
Yeah, so he's now thankfully stepped down. But like I say, the fact that he didn't get kicked the fuck out is rather disgusting. And actually, on the point of Boris Johnson, by the way, have you finished with that topic? Did you want to move on from that? Have you got any more to say?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I did bookmark this one little thing because it's just moving on. It's sort of moving on, but sort of staying on the theme of Boris Johnson not really getting it properly and not really caring about human beings. This is another thing. One of the mistakes. Are you
going to screen share? I'm confused.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. I am. Just give me a second. Okay. I'm not there yet, Kristi.
All right. Well, I'll wait then for you to catch up.
Anyway, one of the mistakes that Theresa May made during 2017 general election was that she basically ignored the local press. She only talked to the national news media, and that's really bad because the best way of actually affecting local races is to talk to the local media, right? And Johnson's doing this as well. And it's really ridiculous because you then end up with situations that rather than having this is the Yorkshire Post, right? It's one of the leading papers in Britain's biggest county, biggest geographic county. Obviously, the Greater London area is much more populous, but in terms of size, and there are lots of constituencies there, right? And potentially lots that they might be trying to win. And rather than having an interview with Boris Johnson that might come across reasonably well as their headline, when they've got these floods that are happening because it's been raining and riverbanks have burst. And actually, one woman died, unfortunately. Oh, no. And thousands have been had to be evacuated and all sorts. As you can see there, those are residential streets that look like rivers, you know. The headline is "Not a National Emergency," which is literally what Boris Johnson said. Now that's ridiculous.
What?
He went to the area. To be fair, right? He had to go to the area because he's the Prime Minister. That's right that he went to the area, right? Of course, he could. I mean, if for no other reason than just moral support, that the Prime Minister turns up, people at least are reassured that someone cares somewhere. But he just turned up, did a cheesy photo opportunity, pretending to clean up, a thing that had already basically been cleaned up because it's the Prime Minister that was there. And to quote the Queen, when she's rather sarcastically pointed out, "Why does the entire country smell like fresh paint?" Which is quite nice because obviously people tidy up when the Queen's coming, so she never actually sees the real country. Anyway, but she's aware of that. At least she's self-aware enough to be like, oh, okay, I understand what's going on here. Anyway, so he turned up and said it's not a national emergency, which, yes, it fucking is. We've got towns underwater, you twat, and it's during a general election, and that's the headline. Basically, Boris Johnson doesn't fucking care about you. Which, this is of England. There's already a very, very strong feeling that the Tories don't give a fuck about them, partly because they don't actually give a fuck about them. They've economically ravaged the place and destroyed much of it during the last 30, 40 years. And that's the thing that the Tories are always constantly fighting against. That's why when they say they need to win these northern seats back, that's the problem, is that there are lots of people who will never vote Tory precisely because of this shit.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I don't know why he would not talk to the local press, because the local press then are just going to print this. It's just, you're so stupid. I don't understand what he's doing at all. It's odd. But even though he's that stupid, he still knew that you can't be like cool with the rape comments. Carl.
Even the guy who messes this up still knows.
Even the guy who drunkenly rants about a deal that he doesn't understand, that's the cornerstone of his premiership, even he knew to say, actually, yeah, that's not cool. You can't say that. That's fucked up. Anyway, so that's a thing. Yeah.
All right. Let me put you back on here. Here we go. And nope, wrong. It's just sharing the wrong one. Sorry. Stop sharing. It lied. It lied to me when it offered the displays. It told me 1 was 2 and 2 is 1. All right, we're back again. Oh, I'm sharing sound. Maybe I don't need to do that for you. So I'll turn that off until we need it, because I know that you don't like to hear yourself. So we should be all good now.
Well, no, it's not that I don't like. Don't make that sound like that's
you don't
like an
want to hear your
irrational
echo.
fear
You don't want to
of-
hear your echo while you're speaking, which is understandable because you're hearing yourself.
Someone screenshots it. That's good. Hang on. Someone screenshot. I'll just screen share for a second then. Just to annoy you.
Yeah, you are.
So you have to do it again. But I thought I'd have to share this just because someone screenshotted it. Boom. Abortion.
Oh, right, as the picture. Where'd it go? Okay,
Yeah.
there you are. Yes, someone actually got that down. With the tooth even.
Is that a baby or is that a cock with a face on it?
Ask the guy who knows all about the penis when it gets
Why
to
is
a certain point.
Why is Rashida Tlaib punching a penis with a face on it with teeth? What is going on here? This is like some sort of fucking, I don't know, some sort of trippy art piece or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's
Yeah.
Yep. So just a little memory, a memento for you guys.
Indeed. So should we tackle Andy Ngo and then go out with some white rapping?
Oh yeah. Okay. So fucking Andy Ngo. Like, where do you even start? This guy's got so many bad takes. But yeah, this one in particular. We'll go back to what Kristi said after we read his idiocy. So he writes, Berlin, 19 officers injured, 3 seriously after 1,000 Antifa militants rioted following their refusal to vacate property they illegally occupy. There was only 1 arrest. And then a factoid. Germany has the oldest and most organized and violent Antifa cells. Well, I wonder why Germany would have...
Yeah, that's surprising.
Because they had to fight actual fucking Nazis, Andy.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's surprising to me that Germany is in that. I wonder if there's something that went on in their history which led directly to them wanting to never see fascists rise ever again. I wonder, Mr. No. You fucking idiot.
Self-known. He's just self-known himself again. And Kristi's retort is...
But when you say that is still funny, but it still reminds me of that gnomed, you've been gnomed fucking meme. Okay. Which you still don't remember, do you? But it was Someone link Kristi to "You've been gnomed."
Just so
Oh
I
no,
can
go onto YouTube. Just go onto YouTube now and search gnome.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a G, right?
And it was a really annoying fucking dumb meme. Yeah, gnomed.
Oh, I.
Just type in.
Eh.
Navarro meat. Outrageous.
Yeah.
Communist.
I am.
Gnomed. There we go. Gnomed.
Oh, right. There's the meme compilation. It's very long.
Yeah. Twitch streamers getting gnomed. I can't hear.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. I have to reset your sharing.
I can hear fucking Cologne traffic though.
Yeah, that's the best. Okay. All right.
Well,
so
yeah, because it's from the British sector of the formerly occupied Germany. Oh, God.
So this is Pomme de Terre channel. We won't watch all of it, but we will check out some of this.
Well, you know what that's French for?
Yeah, apple. No, potato. Yeah, it's apple of the earth.
Potato, yeah. It's
Potato.
Apple of the earth, yeah.
Apple of the
Potato.
I'm a gnome, and you've been Hello there, me old chum. I'm not a gnome, I'm not a elf, but I'm a gnoblin, and you've been gnomed.
Do it again. Show your
Yeah,
process.
that was
That
the basic. Yeah, that was basically, and they'd send that clip to like streamers. Destiny got gnomed many times. It was funny, but it also got very irritating very quick.
I can
so
see
when you say
gnomed.
gnomed or whatever,
No,
that's
just Andy gnomed.
Andy gnomed. Yeah, but Andy got gnomed.
Andy self-gnomed.
He self-gnomed. What?
Yes. He's self-gnomed.
He turned himself into a fucking gnome.
Ah, gnomed.
It's amazing. Well done, Andy.
All right. So, Kristi
That would be
also-
more creative and useful than anything you've ever done. So, you know, vibes.
Kristi here has got a comment about the thing he's linking. This article doesn't mention Antifa, but just leftist extremist, which isn't the same. So,
So he literally doesn't even fucking mention it. Oh my God, what a twat.
So he lied. He just lied.
Yeah.
That's it. So I'm not going to mock his factoid. Sure, it's an incredibly dim thing to point out, but at least it's correct, which is more than you can say for 99.9% of his tweets.
Yeah, that's... Andy Ngo rarely lets facts sneak into his quote-unquote journalism, his gnome journalism.
Yeah.
But so the fact that an actual true thing was in there, devoid of the obvious context of why that's the case, but still, a fact.
It's
So
peaking.
yeah, a step up for Andy.
Yeah, he was.
Well done. That's personal growth, Andy.
He was bullying Greta Thunberg earlier. Did you see that crap he was doing? Did you ever look?
I hope Greta Thunberg beats the shit out of him then, because I know she can.
Yeah, I retweeted it saying that he likes to mock minors and helps white supremacist violent thugs. So
Why does he? Hang on, what? Like coal miners? What? What's he
minors,
having to go to the miners?
as in I didn't spell it with an ER, with an OR. Yeah, he tweeted out, "I thought this was Putin."
Or did you?
He's
Or
such a
OR?
dirtbag.
Or did you? Oh,
Yeah, or did you? So, yep, that's Andy Ngo trying to be funny by
and failing.
by trying to bully a girl because he's such a
Yeah, you can tell the big men by the fact that they want to constantly scream at a child.
Yeah.
That's good. Well done.
It's like, why? I don't understand why they find her such a threat. I don't understand why they are so obsessed with her. It's just like it's like
Because
Anita
she's
Sarkeesian
she's
all over
already
again.
more. But even more so because she's. I don't want to be rude to Anita Sarkeesian, but she's already more well informed and successful than Anita Sarkeesian at this age, right?
Yeah.
So which obviously means she's more well informed, intelligent, and is successful than these guys. And it must be really shit when you're that thin-skinned and that not confident in yourself to know that a 15-year-old girl is a 15-year-old autistic girl. So she's already got like setbacks or whatever that she's had to overcome and deal with in her life, and she's already better than you.
Yeah.
Now, I know that about her too, but I'm happy with who I am. so I don't need to feel the need to be like, fuck you, Greta, because I'm like, oh, good for her. That's awesome.
Yeah, you don't see us, like chasing down teen MAGA fans. It's like people don't do that,
No. I mean, I'll be honest, I will laugh at them if they try rapping, though.
Oh, yeah.
But again,
yeah.
I'm not going to attack them. I am going to ask them to stop, though. I'm definitely going to ask them to stop. But that's for their own good, because they're going to look back in 10 years and think, I was a fucking prick. Jesus Christ. So I'm doing it for them.
But we're not going after the same kid over and over and over and over and over again, No,
and I don't see them as an existential threat to everything.
Yeah.
Like she's a fucking 15-year-old. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I think she might be 16 now.
Just like
but...
6. Okay. Well, but it's still an existential threat. If your worldview is that fragile, if your Western civilization is that fragile that a 16-year-old girl can bring it down, I would suggest it's not worth preserving.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter whether it's worth preserving; it won't be preserved.
I mean, he just wants to bully her. That's all he wants, and just shows what a piece of crap he is.
Well, because when it comes up against that he tries to bully and give, death lists to Atomwaffen and the like, he gets punched really hard. And obviously in Minecraft, that's hilarious.
In Minecraft. Yeah, in Minecraft. Oh, let's just remember that Lauren Shen is an idiot when it comes to Richard Spencer.
Yes.
Just as a reminder, clueless.
I haven't got the audio, Kristi.
Oh no, I don't want to hear her. I don't want to hear her. I just because we talked about this. This is her just saying dumb stuff.
Oh, actually, I haven't got the screen. I haven't got the screen either.
Oh, okay, you're not even. All right. Let me share at least.
Apologies, I was checking my Twitter DMs.
Although, to be fair, if we are going to see some MAGA stuff now, I might have to share the audio with you. So why don't I do that? So when you talk, you're just gonna don't hear yourself. Okay, we don't have to listen to Laura, right? There's no point. But we didn't get all the way...
We don't have to.
You want to?
I mean, you can if you want to. I mean, it's up to you. Basically, the gist of it is... Oh, good Lord. The gist of it is that she was like, oh, Richard Spencer's okay. I don't know why everyone's so horrible. He's not calling for violence or anything. And then it's interspersed with clips of Richard Spencer saying, like, the effing...
Violent things.
Kite. Yeah, violent, horrible, racist things.
Because he's a horrible racist.
Yeah.
All right, so we didn't finish this one last time because she wasn't rapping. But I went back, and we do have to finish this. So here we go.
Hang on, that's not even the one. Someone sent me one. Sent us one last night. The weird one that made me nearly explode.
Yeah, but we have to watch this one. We've got them all.
Oh, okay.
We've got them all. Don't worry. I don't have one.
Like Ash Ketchum, eh? Yeah. Gotta catch them all. It's a Pokemon reference.
All right.
It's a Pokemon reference. Never mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do many nerd references, but if you don't get them, Kristi, it's not encouraging me to do more.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't get individual Pokemon references. I know the concept generally of Pokemon.
Oh, you fucking muggle. Said another one.
Yes, I know Harry Potter. All right, we ready to be blown away by this?
Quidditch.
Okay.
Baby, all I want for Christmas is impeachment. Impeachment, baby.
I knew she was a communist. I could sense it.
Yeah, yes. It must be her fashion sense. All right. So let me just make sure I didn't miss the one. Someone linked us to so many of these things. That basically one person was curating them all, so they had put them all in like a Google thing. Here it was. It was Felix, but actually the one we wanted to see in full, I think, is right underneath that. So before we go there, oh yes, this is what we want, isn't it?
Yeah, this one. Notice when she says we're praying for you in a really weird cadence, because I listened back a little bit to this last night.
Okay.
Or this morning, I should say. That was the bit where I nearly exploded. That's the bit where I literally, my body nearly ruptured like a fucking water balloon. Frankly.
You told me after the show that you thought you might have pulled a muscle from laughing at one point.
Yeah, I laughed so hard. It was at this one, yeah. I laughed so hard I felt a twinge of pain in one of my stomach muscles, which is not good. That shows I'm not very healthy, but is also a sign that this was really very, very funny.
I think I found the timestamp in the show and I put it in your comments, and I just put like whatever time it was, 52:20, like Kevin dissolves into tears of laughter. That's in the comments from the show from last night.
This is amazing. This is the whitest thing.
Well, it was actually it was the white boy.
Literally.
It was the white boy thing that made you fall over and gasp.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
But this was also right up there. So.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Okay. So, but we saw a preview of this on last night's show. Now we're gonna get the full 45 seconds. So here we go.
Whoop whoop.
I'm a MAGA kid. I'm a MAGA kid. I'm here to blow the liberals' list. School shootings will fire and vaccines. Today, you really have to be a teen. Now listen up, brother. This message is for you. We are warriors of God, and we're praying for you. How dare you? How dare you? Spread fear with your ego, but the truth is where we go. Our human hearts come from God, not government. Brainwashed puppet, you were sent. You liberals act really strange, but MAGA kids are now in the game. Unity and peace is our prize. We hold our president way up high. Like an eagle, we will take flight. In God we trust. MAGA kids fight. In God we trust. MAGA kids fight.
What is this sort of like beauty pageant pose after she's been on the like she's done her catwalk and now she's like, hi. That was so awful on so many levels. Everything about that was wrong. The lyrics were shit.
In God we trust. MAGA kids fight. In God we trust.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Breathe, Kev. Breathe. Come on.
It's so white. It's so white. It's just so white.
Horrific. Every part of that.
It's like
we're gonna pray for you. Like she wasn't singing. Or rapping or anything. She was just saying words.
We are all the way back to like, what was the first rap song that really blew up? I can't remember it now, but it's so basic. It's kind of like Wheels on the Bus level of rap that she's doing. You know, a hip hop, a hip hip hip, a hip hop, and you don't stop, you da 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 da. Like that's the flow. It's not even that good of a flow. Again, it's this white weird beat poetry rhythm that they seem naturally inclined toward.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of Will Smith in many respects.
Will Smith, though.
Which is harsh.
That is harsh,
but it's, that is harsh. I mean, he is shit.
What did someone say? Like, poetry, beat poetry is like rap with a dental dam.
Oh God, that's not nice. It's not necessarily incorrect, but it's not nice.
All right, okay.
Anyway,
so, then Felix just put this guy who's got like all of them. Oh, there's so many we haven't seen yet, Kevin.
Oh, we have to watch them then. That has to happen. Well, I've just spent the entire weekend laughing at white people rapping.
It might turn out to be that, yes. Oh, no, they privated it. Okay, well.
I'm not surprised.
No.
Well, now I desperately want to see that one, because if that was so embarrassing that they took it down.
Yep. I support our Supreme President. Oh, no.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, Felix, what are you doing to me, mate? Oh, this one, look.
Oh.
Put me in groups cause I'm my own man. I said I wasn't Democrat and lost a few friends. Radio stopped playing me, I lost a few ends. Tell me I'm a victim cause the power in my hand.
Hashtag MAGA 2016, can we get a replay? 2020 full of jokes, but ain't nothing funny. Who am I deceiving? The Mexican word of the day is believing. Senor 45 is here to stay.
What the fuck was that?
Well, Mexican word. There's no Mexican words, you idiot. It's Spanish.
The Mexican word of the day is believe the word in Spanish or something. What? Go back and listen to what he thinks the Spanish word of the day is.
Okay. I think that's far.
Because up to that point, you were thinking okay. Look, this is. I mean, I disagree with the nonsense, but it's scanning okay, and it's got a decent flow. Yeah.
Yeah, syllables are hitting correctly. He's pronouncing all of the words, so that helps to understand.
Yeah, there's no weird cadence if you're listening to this, we're gonna pray for you. Like it's not.
How dare you? How dare you? Like, we've got spirit. Yes, we do. We've got spirit. How about you? think she was
We've
a
got
cheerleader.
spirit cooking. Yes.
Yeah, cheerleading isn't rap, by the way. So
No.
just so people know.
It's like the opposite of rap. I think spiritually it's the opposite of rap music. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Hashtag MAGA 2016. Can we get a replay? 2020 full of jokes, but ain't nothing funny. Who am I deceiving? The Mexican word of the day's believing. Senor 45 is here to stay in the White House, so he won't believe in. Like Rashida.
Believe Senor Mr. 45.
No, Senior 45. Why would you say Senior when he's obviously so racist?
Yeah, not just that, but it's not Mr. 45. That's Samuel Colt for a start.
Oh.
But it's President 40. It's like
the 45th.
It's not Mr. 45, and even then, technically, he's the 44th different person. Don't even get me started on Grover Cleveland, prick. But I mean, I've got a historical bugbear. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
It's not even his fault necessarily, but it just annoys me. Anyway, what was I going to say? I've totally forgotten now. Grover Cleveland.
It was about 45.
Yeah, he's not Mr. 45, unless Senor means president. I don't know.
No. It just means sir.
But it's nonsense, and that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, he really flubbed the. Yeah. He had the first 4 lines.
Are you suggesting that a Trump fan isn't necessarily the most culturally sensitive of people? Because that seems really strange. That doesn't seem to scan at all with the reality I've seen of these people. They seem to be some of the most culturally woke individuals ever.
Well, at their Klan rallies, they pass around lists of what they can and can't say anymore. Now they're very
exactly.
They won't say boomer, for instance.
When they're burning crosses, they'll often be eating tamales. So
yes, yeah, we know that.
Checkmate, atheists.
I'm hitting play.
She hate America so much, she welcome to leave. I probably get banned over some words, but at least I still have my hopes and dreams, unlike some nerd named Greta Thunberg. So here we go.
Again with going... what? You're going after a child again? And
but that doesn't even work.
No. It's supposed to rhyme with words, I think. That was weak.
But he's weak sauce.
Yeah. He was reaching. He kind of came up with all the things, like, I should talk about Greta, and then how do I rhyme that, backwards, like believe and Mexican word of the day. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Senor 45.
Oh, all right. Let's hear some more of this terrible cadence.
Go with the hate too. They masked the bigotry behind race and pushed it on.
I'm sorry. Is he doing? I mean, he sounds like he's putting on an urban accent. Shall we say?
Yeah, he's doing a black voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing the audio equivalent of blackface. Yes.
Like, why do white racists try to sound like black rappers? I don't understand. All right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I agree with Data.
When you've colonized an entire continent, the voices doesn't seem like such a big thing anymore. Like, I'm going to colonize that too. Fuck it.
Yeah, Data Portdal was deducting points for rhyming Berg with nerd. I agree. I totally agree.
Oh, that's bullshit. He got it wrong with nerd.
Yeah.
That's poor.
Yeah, I would go back and play it, but it's so painful to listen to.
Yeah, let's... God. Plus, we've got loads to get through.
Yeah, we do have. Hopefully. We might be here. Now, I've got a game at in like half hour I gotta go to, but we've got 30 minutes.
Yeah, but fuck V.
No, this is Christiosity. This is my lefty game.
Well, she can fucking wait then. What you got going on that's so big?
Like 5 people.
I've got children to look after and stuff.
Real
Jesus.
Life, human beings
selfish.
To help. Yes. Okay.
Exactly. Sink or swim time. Cut the fucking cord. Free now.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go hear the rap now. I'm gonna hit play because it keeps my
Are we? Because I thought you were gonna play this rather than some actual rap. But okay, what else?
Oh, all right, yeah, the faux rap, the painful rap.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Sit on the fake news, hiding behind self-righteous entitlement. They cry the world gonna die from pollution due to overpopulation.
Yeah, the world is gonna die from pollution, and overpopulation means that we have too many people, can't feed them all, which we already have that situation. Clean water. But anyway, all right. So yeah, apparently he just doesn't. He's a climate denier as well. Cool.
All that
Not
means
surprised.
they want to tax us and decrease our numbers through global genocide and starvation. I ain't buying it. Red pill.
So ain't you that MAGA boy?
God.
Global genocide.
Yeah.
I always have to say to these Alex Jones types, because Alex Jones is of this, they're going to the New World population by 90%. Well, they're doing a piss poor job of it.
Yeah.
Because when I was born, there wasn't 6 billion people on the planet. There are over 7 billion now.
Well over, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if they want to cut the population down, they are the most ineffective, like, secret organization ever, because they're doing the exact opposite.
I got really distracted because your choices now, we can go to or we can skip that one and go to British QAnon version.
Oh my God.
Are we gonna do them in order?
What? Well, I do them in order, but all I'm saying is that one. I can't wait. I almost don't want to listen to it because it's probably going to be amazing, but in my head, it's the most amazing thing ever. Yeah. So I just the reality of it might be too much for my tiny brain to handle. I don't know.
So when Kevin means amazing, he means painful to watch to the point where you break down laughing.
Oh yeah, yes. I don't mean good. No, I don't mean good. Like watching a baby like run into a door, right? It's not good, but it is hilarious. It is that is demonstrably, that's not even subjective, that's objectively funny. But it's not good.
You don't babysit a lot.
Or if
hey, run over here.
An American political scientist happens to take on a fight with a piece of office furniture face first. Again, not good, but fucking hilarious.
I told you.
So
I totally whip that cabinet's ass now. It splinters these days.
I'm not sure. Your face and the bit of it that you destroyed on that door suggested to me that maybe not. Maybe at best you can call it a score draw.
I still have a little lump. Anyway, I'm gonna hit the button for this MAGA now. Here we go. Oh, removed by the user.
No.
Oh.
Well, if the next one is removed, I might actually. I'll be inconsolable.
Oh, it's working.
All these white liberals trying to tell me who I am. Don't put me in groups cause I'm my own man. I said I wasn't Democrat, I lost a few friends. Radio stopped playing me, I lost a few fans.
Okay, here we go.
Heard MAGA challenge from over the pond. Watching the vids, just had to respond. Sick of all the left wing.
Oh no, it's everything you thought it was gonna be, Kevin. It's everything you thought it was gonna be.
The world is melting. Oh no.
Oh, this is so terrible. I can't stop. All right, can we go back and start again?
This feels like it's like rubbernecking, but not on a car crash. This is rubbernecking on like a genocide or something. This is ridiculous. What the fuck?
Oh, we have to start that again. All right, not the whole song, just from where they start. Yeah. Yes, please rewind.
He's wearing a fucking farmer's jacket and a flat cap. Jesus Christ.
I love the tuft of hair sticking out of his cap as well. Behind his ear.
Probably the only tuft of hair left in his fucking head. Yeah.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Pond.
Oh, not far enough back. Okay. Wait till their mouths start moving. All right, that seems to be about it. Oh, I love how she got her hoodie up too, because she's so urban.
Heard MAGA challenge from over the pond. Watching the vids, just had to respond. Sick of all the left wing media bias. BBC just full of pedophile liars.
Oh my
Fuck off.
The media bias. The BB is full of pedophile liars. That's what they said. That is what they said. I swear.
I'm crying. I'm actually crying. Oh my god.
Do you want to hear the liar's line? I'm sorry, we have to go back again. Oh my god. Okay.
just had to respond. Sick of all the left-wing media bias. BBC just full of paedophile liars. World's waking up to all the illusion. Clean break, Brexit, massive confusion. Now Prince Andrew's at it again. Got caught with his pants down with Jeffrey Epstein. Branson, Blair, Anderson, King Clark.
Epstein. Epstein. Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
This is like when I died, like last night when I was like, he rhymed red with dead.
But at least that did rhyme.
It did rhyme, yes. Sten doesn't. No, that doesn't work.
Oh, you broke me. You broke me. No.
We're just gonna listen to Kevin laugh for the next 2 minutes.
No.
All right, there's more. We're only halfway through.
Jeffrey. No, there's nothing can ever beat Jeffrey Epstein. Oh.
Epstein.
Fucking hell. Oh.
All right. Okay, we have to finish this. That's your rule, Kevin.
Yeah.
Epstein. Someone is typing in the chat. Nice.
Epstein.
Okay.
Just like the Pope, they're evil and dark. Fake steel dossier.
Oh, wait. Sorry, we were laughing too hard. I think we missed part of it, so we do have to go back. So we might hear the Epstein again. All right.
Branson, Blair, Anderson, King Clark. Just like the Pope, they're evil and dark. Fake steel dossier.
So they're all evil and dark, just like the Pope. Oh,
yeah.
These people are in a weird corner of the UK. Right.
Yeah, well, they're queuing on Trump supporters. Yeah, they're fucking mental. Yeah.
All right.
And dark, fake steel dossier from MI6. Oh God, up to their usual tricks. Yellow vests out in France every week. Mainstream media, you won't hear a peep. Now they want a European army. Balmy.
They're talking about the European army still? Oh my God. Is it 2015? Also, someone teach them how to focus a camera on one point so that it doesn't keep going in and out of focus.
Teach them to stop being this. Just take away the microphone. They're not even singing. The European army, barmy.
You're right there. You're gonna hack up a lung.
I'm dying. My violent, sexy dancing just punches shit out of the microphone.
All right, we've got like the last 10 seconds, so let's hear their brilliant outgoing lines.
We don't need that because we got Q Army.
What?
We don't need a European army, barmy, because we've got Q Army.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, we'll play it again. Here.
Don't need that because we got Q Army.
Oh no. Who are these fucking people? Who are these fucking people? What is? I don't. Wow.
All right. So,
but the good thing about QAnon people is because they're anti-vaxxers, they'll be dead soon. So that's good.
Well, it says the intro to this is, I think he's doing this in his bathroom. All right, let's see.
Look at him. It's Willie Nelson. What the fuck?
Jimbo doesn't check his comments, otherwise he probably would have taken it offline already.
Also, they're all using MAGA kids beats, every one of them.
Yeah. Come on, go ahead. Skip ahead.
Is he taking his shit?
Does he ever get going? Oh, there we go. There we go.
I like Trump, moving embassy to Jerusalem. We now see it's capital of Israel. Spread the word to the world and tell. End of days are being fulfilled. No blood, oh no blood will be spilled. For a man to come first.
All right, evangelical end times. He's an apocalyptic MAGA.
I didn't know I needed apocalyptic end times Willie Nelson not taking a shit rapping.
Yes.
I didn't know I needed that in my life. I now do, and I'm glad it's there. I didn't know I had a apocalyptic end times Willie Nelson taking a shit while doing a rap hole in my body, and yet it was there, and he has filled it. He has come into my life, and
your cup runneth over.
Exactly. I'm blessed with shitting apocalyptic Willie Nelson rapper.
All right, we're ready to hear his other, I'm sure, sick rhymes.
He has. He's got absolutely fucking. He's got chops. The lad.
Yeah.
I'll give him that much. Man's got sick rhymes.
Sick rhymes. Yeah, I was trying to be like down with the kids. All right, so here we go.
Well, if there's anyone that's down with the kids, it's Willie Nelson taking a shit.
Yes, talking about the end times and blood. Woo.
Yeah.
All right.
No, he's talking specifically about no blood. No blood will be spilled.
All right.
He said it twice.
Okay, no blood. Right. It was hard to hear because he's got very bad audio setup, but yeah.
Yeah, and he's got 200 years of racism in the South.
Yes,
in
to
his
deal with.
Voice. So yeah.
All right.
Spread the word to the world and tell. End of days are being full.
Oh no, what's going on with this? Stop being stupid, my computer. Sorry about that, everyone. Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Call my dick climate change.
Yeah,
What?
that's coming up.
Oh, okay.
Oh god.
Fulfilled. No blood, oh no blood will be spilled. For a man to come of Persia, BC claims only to Kershaw. So let's gather with Yeshua, given to us by Jehovah. The king will be upon us. Drop to my knees if it's a must. The power, the glory, and honor, the earth and kingdom upon her. Shining out of Jerusalem, open the gates, here we all come, forever and forevermore. The righteous along with the pure, right born.
Incoherent.
I don't even know what that was.
That was incoherent.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know. It was part preacher, part Willie Nelson, part not a rap.
I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. I don't know what to say because I don't know what I just said. My brain doesn't know how to formulate a response to that because it can't comprehend what it just took in. It doesn't know what it just saw at all.
Still buffering, right?
Yeah, exactly. But it's going to be for eternity because there's no way of. I have no frame of reference to put that into.
I
don't know what that is.
We've got
green screen. Nice.
And we've
got some production
lyrics.
values. Nice. Okay.
Here we go.
Is Lil Trump a reference to the Donald penis?
I would say so. I'm gonna guess yes. That's named after him. All right, let's see.
And it's nice that his mom lent him his fucking sunglasses.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes.
Good for him.
It's like her Jackie O sunglasses. She got those to look like Jackie Onassis, which kind of it was a Democrat.
Mom, I'm doing a video at the Trump. Can I steal your glasses?
All right, but don't get your fingers on him again.
No, I've washed all the cum off. Honest.
That's a conversation between that young man and his mother about his masturbatory sanitary habits.
Logan Theatre in the Round, brought to you by.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, and there we go. That's a bit of improv.
Yes. All right. So let's see what he has to say. This should be hilarious.
Yeah. Lil Trump, it's the MAGA challenge, bitch. Lil Trump, bitches love, girls hate me, cause I'm building walls and call them ice, baby.
No, he didn't just reference ice, baby.
He did. Even though he wasn't alive when that song was released.
And it's the worst, one of the worst rap songs of that era.
Yeah, ever. Because that was the original. MAGA challenge in many respects. Yeah. Before Donald Trump was like, well, he was a thing. He existed, obviously, but yeah. But I can't get over. It's the MAGA challenge, bitch. Like,
yes. I'm sure President Trump is going to have you do that in the White House in front of Melania.
Yeah.
You can just point at her.
Okay.
Or just to Trump.
From Missouri. Calm down. The fuck.
All right, so he's being such a rebel because he's eating burgers daily. All right, Let's go.
Daily, bitch, little Trump, got my dick, climate change. Bitch, little Trump, shit up, man.
Sorry.
Call my dick climate change.
Sorry, we're gonna have to go back, people. We're gonna have to start this again.
Yeah.
It's
Lil
too
Trump. It's the MAGA challenge, bitch. Lil Trump bitches love. Journalists hate me because I'm building walls and calling ice, baby.
Journos hate you because I'm building walls and saying ice, baby. I know we did this before, but it's still so good.
It's still lame as fuck, yes.
All right. Okay, here we go.
50 on my wrist, eating burgers daily. Bitch, little Trump, got my dick, climate change.
That was the picture you saw.
Call my dick climate change.
Why?
I don't. Maybe he's got a sick beat and a rhyme that's gonna slice you.
I guess we're gonna have to wait to see why he calls his dick climate change. All right.
Bitch, little Trump, shoot you up, make a stain. Do it for the people.
What? Shoot you up, make a stain. So he's threatening violence. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Unless he's talking about like jerking off because he's like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. His cum stains. His mum told him about him. Don't get your fucking cummy fingers on my glasses again, you little bastard. I should have had you aborted like the Powerpuff Girls. Abortion!
It's back. All right, here we go.
Fuck the fame, got my AR-15. You know I open carry. Coming for my guns, something about Mary.
Oh, great. We got an R slur as well.
What?
He's just rhyming whatever. We're going to slip his R slur.
There's something about Mary. Is he doing about the spunk scene with her hair now?
Maybe.
So there are several cum references.
He has talked about he talks about his dick a lot already.
He still hasn't referenced why he called my dick climate change.
Eva has a good take on it, which is they don't believe in climate change, so I assume his penis isn't real either.
Well, just because he hasn't ever seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Like the Yeti.
Yes. There we go. All right. This is all right. So we skipped his R slur because he's a POS. Yeah. So going ahead.
Jim Carrey, bitch, I'm Lil Trump, genius like Seinfeld Jerry. I don't like trans women, they be looking hairy, stomp around.
Yeah, this guy is a piece of shit. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're gonna. Should I engage with? Oh my! Look at this. He's already getting ratioed.
Ooh, there is a little bit of a ratio occurring there.
Yeah, a little bit. Should we see if he has comments on?
Cheeky bit of 5-1. Nice.
Oh, I think those are just.
I'm guessing not.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. What a surprise.
Well, I mean, he's really showing us the true face of Trump fans. They're anti-climate change. They're misogynistic. They're phobic, transphobic. They use insults. So I guess
ableist slurs.
Yep, ableist slurs. So.
Real scary. Bitch, I'm Lil Trump. Bitch, I'm Lil Trump. Bitch, I'm Lil Trump.
And he's got a terrible rap. He really,
yeah.
It's awful. Like, you're a piece of, yeah.
Yeah, that was garbage.
You are garbage.
That was just garbage.
You deserve that ratio. You totally deserve that. Yeah, because you're crap. And I hope you look back in 10 years and cringe. Just cringe. All right, all these people end up just talk rapping like they're in a newspaper comment section by the end.
That's all of them. They've just, apart from the two black people we saw doing it, who actually did rap, even if it was shit, they still actually rapped, which is like the point of a rap, really. Mm-hmm. That's literally the only thing that defines it as a rap, is the rapping element.
Yeah, but talking isn't rapping.
No, talking isn't rapping, so don't do that, people. Okay. Unless you're giving a talk. If you're giving a talk, then talk. If you're rapping, then rap.
Yes.
It's very simple. There's an appropriate time for either of those activities. Mixing the two makes you sound a twat.
All right, so this looks like it's going to be very boomer-esque from the looks of it.
Is that man Chinese?
I can't tell where he's from. He looks like he's from East Asia, but I can't tell what nation he's from.
Okay, well, yeah.
So we'll see. He might mention it, but maybe not.
But it's just interesting. It's just interesting, being of immigrant stock. Well, I suppose all people in America are, but you know what I mean. Like seemingly recent immigrant stock. Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, well,
I don't know why you'd be a Trump fan, really.
if I remember correctly, when we did see, because one guy said he was black and don't judge me by my skin color, another woman said something about being black and voting for the Democrats, don't assume. So usually, like, there's an identity issue. If they want, they will. Other people have brought up their identity, so we'll see what he brings up. So, but if this is
yeah, because that's fair enough. Because Donald Trump has made it a specific point of reference that people who aren't like him, white or cisgendered or whatever. So when someone who isn't from that group supports that, they're supporting their own subjugation. So it's, I think, a perfectly salient point. But anyway, what lives?
All right, let's see what he has to say. He's gonna do. He had to put his bars in. Ooh! Wow, that is really super soft. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to turn that up a bit. Might have to watch it on YouTube, maybe. See if it's. I can turn the volume up there. Oh wait, it's right here. No, that's up a lot. Okay, Kevin, I'm gonna have to turn my volume up a bit, so you're gonna have to be quiet while we listen to him. Okay?
I'm not gonna have to be quiet at all.
All those other candidates, I said, see you later. Move to San Antonio to work on.
Oh no.
Everyone said Donald's gonna lose. How could I not know? Well, we won 306 back in November. Michigan, Pennsylvania, Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
I'm muting you. Okay.
Fuck off.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Sorry, we can't do the audio on that one. It's just too quiet. It's too hard for our show, but that was crap. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
But Pepperidge Farm remembers. Am I back yet? Have you unmuted me?
Yeah, you're back. Yeah, I only muted you briefly while I was turning the volume down. So this MAGA team is obviously the worst, but this one is pretty bad too. So, oh god, I'm tapping out MAGA teen and this guy finished me. It was her, MAGA teen, and this guy, apparently.
Oh, I'm guessing this one's going to be a bit racist.
Yeah,
there are black people in the background, so I'm guessing racism.
HK is like, please find the most racist one. That's not the goal here, HK. So
no, but it's an interesting side project amongst it all. Which one was most racist?
Should we hear should we hear a little bit just to hear his bad rapping?
No, let's hear all of it. Once we start, we cannot not finish.
Once, yeah, you can't have just one. All right.
Got my MAGA hat on, not worried about CNN or the squad. All you Trump haters out there.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
He's terrible.
That's amazing.
It's like just totally screwed that up. That was so bad. We had to go back and listen to how bad it was.
Yeah, I'm not worried about CNN or the squad, and then just 2 seconds of silence. For not like. Okay.
Freestyle. Sometimes when I freestyle, I lose confidence.
Quality reference. I like it.
Yeah. All right, so we'll try.
Other rappers diss me. They say my rhymes are sissy.
What? Why?
Why? Please try to be more constructive with your feedback.
Who told you that? Steve?
What kind of rapper name is Steve?
So a little Fly the Conchords for you guys. All right, so let's hear this terrible rap again. He missed his own beat. Yes, he did. He missed his own beat. So I've got it as loud. I'll turn it up again. Kevin, you have to whisper now. Because he's pretty softly recorded. Because he's standing.
I can't know if this motherfucker's gonna make me. If this motherfucker's gonna make me laugh really loud, how? I'm gonna have to laugh from the next fucking room.
Okay, then do that.
Got my MAGA hat on, not worried about CNN or the squad. All you Trump.
I can't get through that.
Oh god. Oh.
All right, back.
That's ridiculous.
Back again.
Haters out there don't know the power of this, the power.
The power of it. He points to his head. This is.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I just nearly coughed up part of my lung. That's how funny that was.
Okay. I'm trying to do the audio between the tape and Kevin. So let's go back again and hitting play.
To make demo raps. Flee to the waters, that's right. Got my MAGA hat on, not ashamed to wear it, not ashamed to put it on, to wear it out in public. Just like seeing.
I can't. Oh, this is one of the best. This is right up there.
This is genius. This is genius. This is amazing. How do these people exist? Really?
All right, here we go again.
All the liberals' heads explode. Look out, Jim Acosta. Here it is.
Look out, Jim Acosta. Here it is.
Oh.
All right. So anyway, apparently he's archived them. He's done the world this service. He's archived them all to a Google Drive.
Well, there was one I saw. Someone linked me to. I don't know which one it was. It was probably one of the ones that's been taken down. But it was the funniest. One of the funniest moments of all of them was they said, "Yeah, listen to me," and then let the beat run for like 20 seconds. And I just thought, I'm listening, you prick. What the fuck? You're not even saying anything. The fuck? Anyway,
don't
so
say
that was
and then let the intro run for 20 seconds.
Yeah,
that's when you start.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. The hype bit is supposed to be like an intro to you actually saying something.
So, by the way, if you want that archive, I will go ahead right now and I will retweet this, so that if you're following me on Twitter, oh, thank you, Eric. You've done the world a service. You've done the world such a service. All right.
I don't know that it's a good service though. I think it might be a collection of the most shit things ever.
Well, but he still put effort in.
Oh no, absolutely. I applaud that, but it's still wank, all of it, every last one of them.
Oh yeah, they were all terrible. Absolutely. I did want to get to the raving bananas before we end the show.
Call my dick climate change.
I'm just gonna burst out laughing if you just randomly say that now. Oh, what an
That's my new catchphrase now.
Call my dick.
Call my dick climate change.
He never said why. He never explained why you call it climate change either.
Because there's like melting ice cap, it'll make you wet. Boom.
That would have been a good line. See, that would have been a great punchline.
Yeah, that's quite a good. Yeah.
Now you got to rhyme it with something else.
Call my dick climate change. It'll make you wet. Go to the bookies if you want to make a bet. There we go. I'm freestyling.
Yeah, which in your freestyles are better than their rehearsed lines. So.
How dare you? How dare you?
Fuck y'all. And secondly, point two.
But seriously, call my dick climate change.
Yes. Kevin, call my dick climate change. Logan. Sorry, okay, right.
Yeah.
This, I thought was great. CNN, Rudy Giuliani conducted campaign of lies against Ukraine. MSNBC, Kent testifies Rudy conducted campaign of Ukraine lies. Fox News, Popeye brings back popular sandwich. And it's...
Of course. They will bury any bit of bad news they can about Trump.
Yes, yeah. And there was actually someone had written a story, which I won't have time to get to. Oh,
but
yes.
Also, I do kind of want to know about the chicken sandwiches now.
Fucking Andy Ngo again. Sorry, we have to cover this. So Andy Ngo puts out this tweet. I told the Daily Caller it is concerning and scary to think about how Antifa groups will respond if Trump was to win again in 2020. Law-abiding people who live in left-wing strongholds with weak law enforcement like Portland should be afraid. You piece of shit. You complete piece of shit. Andy Ngo, this is frankly irresponsible, and it's whipping up far-right, Civil War talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was surprised he gives kill list to Atomov, and that's not just a meme. He literally did.
He did it.
So
yeah.
I don't care what he has to. I don't care. Well, personally, I don't care for his own safety.
So
if you're gonna call it and it happens, Andy, fuck you.
Mr. Milkshake. And when people actually get hurt because you're helping to feed into that fear. So I replied, well, I quote tweeted him, because we covered this on the show. Christian leader Rick Wiles threatens there's going to be violence in America if president is removed from office. And he says he knows cowboys, mountain men, and guys that know how to do violence would start attacking and hunting down Democrats. Like, do you have a comment on this, Andy? Someone actually threatening violence, not some imaginary... he's not even saying how Antifa groups. He's not naming anyone. That's a pastor I've just quoted.
Yeah.
And he's talking about Antifa
No,
as
a pastor that's been invited to the White House in the past by Donald Trump.
Yeah. Andy Ngo is a piece of shit. Hashtag Andy Ngo is a piece of shit. But I'm still trying to get to these raving bananas, but my Twitter seems to have just stopped. Look, I've run out of Twitter. I don't know what happened.
Now who's got the bandwidth problems?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got lost in the subtweet. Sorry, in the thread.
Boomer.
Here we go! Raving bananas! And we're going to close the show out with this.
Yeah. I said this was like what Chucky masturbates to. That's how evil this is.
So,
look at it. The demonic ravings of these freaks, these freak creatures with fucking those weird codes on their stomachs. They're not even animals. They're nothing.
Get ready, people, because you have never seen this unless you've seen it on Twitter before here. Go. Why is it not going? Stupid.
Bandwidth.
No. What is going on?
The levels of demonic evil.
Watch the one on the right. It's gonna get really down and funky pretty soon. It goes and it goes to the ground.
Satan has taken control of its body.
Ooh, is it swaying? It's like the build up. They're gonna go crazy. You just know it. Ooh, he's doing a cool lean thing. So that's it. I just had to share that. Thank you all for watching the Raving Bananas with me.
Well, may God have mercy on us.
We need it. Especially because we're atheists.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, we're going to need some forgiveness if we're wrong.
I mean, you did give us...
Pascal's ways are bullshit, so...
I just say, if there was a supreme being, and then it was all a trick, I'd have to, like, really take it up with... I'd have to have an argument in the afterlife.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Bullshit, man.
Like, dickhead, you gave me no evidence to go on. You gave me a brain to analyse shit, and then said, no, you can't analyse it, so you just could have faith.
Here's a bunch
That's ridiculous. This is on you fucking twat.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Who are you to judge anything? You give fucking children bone cancer, you cunt. Fuck off out of it making moral judgments about other people. Dickhead.
Kind of like, I don't want to be in your heaven if you exist. How do I leave? Get me the fuck out. Give me non-existent. I don't want to know you exist. Get me out of here.
Exactly. Not just that, but spending eternity with my relatives. I don't want to spend 10 minutes with some of them. Fuck's sake, that's not paradise. That's hell.
That's like in the never-ending holiday from hell.
There are loads of them who are alive now. Who I could go and spend time with. I haven't. What does that tell you, God?
You hang out with them. Like when people would, like Obama would say, people would say, oh yeah, Mitch McConnell, just go get a drink with him. Like, you go get a drink with Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, exactly.
You spend the eternity with my relatives. God.
Plus, it takes forever for him to get to the bar because these turtles are notoriously slow walkers. So, nightmare.
You need some raving bananas behind him.
You see what I did?
Driving him.
No, that's demonic evil, Kristi. Don't show that on camera ever again.
Look at him go! Look at him go! Ooh, they both spun at the same time. Very exciting. It's a whole minute of that.
We've compromised all of them.
Well, we've compromised everyone who watches this show.
I might have to go say 40 Hail Marys now.
All right, well, I'll let you get on with that. Hey, is there anything coming up on your channel that you want to promote or talk about coming up?
No.
Well, okay.
Not immediately, but I will be interviewing a parliamentary candidate.
What? Do tell.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the internet chappy chap who has been on my channel before called Captain Switzerland.
Okay.
You may not be aware of. He's a local seat of Stoke North, which is actually a really interesting race because they're neck and neck, the Tories and Labour. He's a British, which sounds like a weird combination of things, but he's a... And, so he didn't want to vote for either of the parties, and so he's standing himself. So I'm going to be interviewing him about that.
Cool.
And by the way, Carl, he's one man. He doesn't even have a party behind him. He's running at 3%. That's all I'll say, is that he's outdoing UKIP, which was a major party which you destroyed. Well done.
Yeah. Help destroy.
He's literally one person, and he's running 3% more than you are.
Perfect. That is so
He
perfect.
might end up getting more votes in that one seat than you get across the country. Possibly. Who knows?
We'll let you know if he does. We will
Exactly. If he
let you
gets his deposit back, that would be hilarious because you didn't.
Yes.
You idiot. Anyway.
Well, I've got
yes.
I've got my Sunday show. We just usually live.
I didn't ask, Kristi. I didn't ask how you were at the start, and I didn't ask what you had coming up. So I don't know why you're mentioning it.
We usually pick a PragerU video from the chat. They help me narrow it down, but obviously I have the final choice because it's my show. And then we live fact check a PragerU video. And I don't want to diss anyone who takes down PragerU videos, present company included. But yeah, you can actually just do a 5-minute PragerU video and look stuff up on Wikipedia and debunk it as you go. It's such low-hanging fruit, but it's fun too. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to join for that, you can come by tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll probably be doing another happy hour in the next few days. Until, by the way, I should say, I will be leaving to do field research in the UK at the end of November. So
why are you researching a field? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go hang out with the new Time Team people. No, I'm not.
Oh.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I thought you were actually doing it like a thing.
No, I was just taking.
Well, no, but it might be the new Time Team people.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's pretty
in
cool.
a field. No, it's field research because it's out of the office.
Well, they're not always in a field. Sometimes they're inside of a thing. So.
When are they in things?
Yeah.
They're usually in fields. You can't do the geophys
They're usually
in a barn.
Always. Well, yeah, but they don't. No, but sometimes they're like inside some like either ruins or inside like a castle or some shit, digging up underneath basements and things.
Maybe in
I've
the
seen
front
that.
yard.
That's the thing.
Well, if you've seen it, it must have happened.
Well, yeah. What do you think? I'm fucking hallucinating entire episodes of Time Team. What kind of weird ass child would do that?
Well, honestly,
I'm
not
tripping
gonna
balls, man. I'm tripping balls. They're
in a
excavating the
basement.
basement of a
They're
castle.
they're down there with pickaxes pulling up blood. Yeah, I mostly remember them being in fields, but I've not seen every episode of Time Team.
Well, I haven't either. 'Cause there's fucking millions of the bastards. Is there a
on for
field in
20
the country they haven't dug
I
up?
don't
I
think so.
don't know. Anyway, so yeah. But anyway, that's.
How did we get here? I don't know. But anyway, we're going to be leaving now.
I'll get a taxi. Hey.
Hey.
It's a joke. Never mind.
Right, so go to Kevin's channel, Kevin's channel, and subscribe, watch, like his stuff, and yeah, definitely if you missed last night's show where he dissolves into tears, go and just click on the timestamp I gave. I queued it up perfectly for you guys.
I nearly died. I actually nearly died of laughter.
As much as tonight, yes. And until the next happy hour, thanks you guys for watching the chat. I've been Kristi. People in the chat have been awesome. People in the future watching
No, they
have been
haven't.
awesome.
No.
You gonna give a little shout out of penis to the chat here, Kev, before we go? Give him a little.
Am I going to shout out? Hang on. You want me to shout out my own penis?
You know they want your penis. They're always asking for your penis in the chat.
Okay. A shout out to global warming then.
There you go. Very well done.
So that's a callback to a previous joke.
Yeah. It's almost like yeah, you're funnier than me. Absolutely. You are a comedian. I'm going to stop talking now.
Oh, wow. You're cleverer than me.
Climate
and
toxin.
you've got nicer tits.
I do.
So
I mean, I haven't seen yours in person, but I'm just
I'm not
guess
going
I have it in
I'm not going to say bigger because I'm not in great shape, but definitely nicer. So.
Well, and on that boob shell.
Hey.
Goodbye from me and goodbye from Kev. Say goodbye, Captain Climate Change Dick.
Goodbye, Captain Climate Change Dick.
I think I fucked that up.
What did you do?
Oh no, we're still going, but I just got the dick name wrong. Call my dick Climate Change. It all became one word. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream now.
Oh, okay.
Bye,
Okay,
everyone.
Bye.